But yeah, we're live. So I think the first thing we need to really discuss is the
Oh, I love
additions
that
to
phrase.
Reese's costume today. That is getting full on.
Yeah, I think you need to stand up and do a twirl.
So what's new?
So we've got arms, two of them, and this time my chest plate goes all the way around. Because before I just had the front panel, now it's 360,
That's amazing.
and I moved my webcam up onto the wall so I can be more active in combat. You know,
Oh my
agility
God.
+1.
Yeah.
How much AC does that give you?
Oh, it's an extra 2 per piece.
Oh wow.
So it was worth it.
Have you discussed this with John that your AC just now tripled?
Yeah.
So you're pretty much undefeatable.
If you guys make costumes, then you get more AC.
I mean that's fair. And just
How it works.
and we've got an addition to the stream as well. So if you guys keep an eye on the stream, we're just gonna have some characters showing up. So each of us took some time out to use heroforge.com. That creates like miniatures, and we just thought we'd sort of design our little guys, and they look pretty sweet. If they
Our little guys.
the little guys, and we've even got Else on top of Wolf as well, which is pretty awesome. That's cool. So if they get in the way of the stuff or you hate them, just tell us, and I will get rid of them. It's as easy as that.
Oh, if you hate our characters, just tell us.
yeah, we'll change them. It's up to you.
Just tell the GM as a whisper.
Yeah.
We spent ages working on them, but if you hate them, we'll change for you because that's how flexible we are.
I'm trying to say how awesome those things are, but it also made me feel like really bad for being the DM. I was like, oh, I don't get a little creature.
Well,
Like a DM character.
we need something for above you then. I'll think of something. I'll get something up there, I reckon.
Okay.
Just a picture of a dog.
I'll just take a still of your webcam and mask around you, and have you just have a solo frame of you. There we go. I've got the frame.
Whatever the worst possible pose.
Well, you just gave me it, so that's perfect.
What was that link to that eBay thing of that DM costume? That was probably the best one. I've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That red.
Yeah.
We'll think of something. I'll get something for next week. For sure, we'll get something for next week.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so let's kick in because it's 15 minutes in already. So I thought, just give you guys a bit of a rest. I would do the recap
Oh,
Wow.
this week.
Treat.
So where we picked up last time was that our heroes had just slain the salamander
Yay.
in the northern section of Ironschlag. They managed to convince a group of dwarves to kind of continue working, and I guess somewhat threatened them into that. They then took a stealth approach as they jumped back in the mining carts and followed it round, realizing that there were ogres on the gantries beside them. It took quite a while before action started, but what basically happened was that they saw Zoltember, who revealed himself to be the son of Duke Zolto, tormenting a shield dwarf, and was about to throw him into the flames.
Can I just dispute that? I don't believe he actually ever made mention that he was the son of the Lord.
yes, he did. The son of the Duke.
He
He gave you like
literally
5
did.
seconds.
We never heard that. Well, at least I
Oh,
didn't.
no, remember
No, you did hear it, and you made the decision to kill him anyway.
because remember you decided on the roll whether or not you were gonna hear it quickly enough to stop your attack or not.
Which I didn't. Clearly I didn't. Because the dice said I didn't.
Right. I got you now. I got you.
So
Wasn't
he
it
revealed
just too late
himself.
for Wolf to hear it? But you still heard it regardless?
So he revealed himself to the group as being the son of Lord Zolto, Duke Zolto. So we left our we left our heroes where they were kind of being pelted from below by fire giants with molten rock, molten metal. They had kind of managed to slip past a couple of ogres, and they've landed in front of an enormous wheel, which is kind of being driven by these slaves as they kind of push it around. Worthwhile mentioning that Oust. Get rid of that cat.
Yeah. Unless the cat's gonna play, I think you might want to move it along.
The cat is grey, but not called Sasha. Oh shoot! Did I tilt the? Here we go.
So
Oh,
Zoltimba was slain after a sneak attack from Finn, which didn't quite finish him off, but the pounce from Wolf and Oust did. As they ran away from the ogres, they pounced into Zoltimba, finishing him off. Did you decapitated him or something, right?
That also added to the death.
That was my final act of defiance. I chopped his head off.
Okay.
And held it aloft.
And you took the head with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Much to Finn's disgust.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
And
he
so-
was collecting fingers and shit, so...
So we rejoin our heroes, if we can call them that. Where
hero by one.
fire giants are pelting them with molten metal. And they've entered this room where there are a couple of ogres and there are slaves turning this wheel. And Igneous, Breaker of Chains, has unmanacled one of them.
Speaking of Igneous, we do have someone who's pointed out that he looks prepared for anything right now, with a +1 longsword of paper cuts, which is pretty accurate. It's incredibly accurate.
Cardboard cuts.
Wow.
Nice. We'll see what effect that +1 sort of paper cuts has on these ogres in iron armor. I'm sure if they're wearing paper armor or like fleshy armor, it might have a slightly different effect. But the turn order goes to Finn as we are still kind of moving through the turns.
Yeah. I think Finn's kind of like. First of all, what's Finn see? Can you just set the scene for what's happening around us at the moment, if that's okay?
Yeah, sure. So you've just flown over from that room that you can only like kind of guess was above a furnace. Even looking down from your position now, you see molten metal being kind of poured through and centralized, as there are kind of tiny, well, not tiny, but like furnaces dotted around the lower level. And the fire giants, as they kind of fling molten metal at you, are kind of scooping up handfuls from this kind of from this flow of smelted iron or smelted metal, as they fling it back to you. Getting over the edge up onto the platform that you're on now, the heat, it's like tangible. You can feel the heat kind of rising behind you, and you realize exactly like how hot it was in that open space there. And it's still very hot where you are now, but you're not directly above this heat source.
Okay.
So you can see behind you a number of fire giants, 4 in total, who kind of are chasing you down from the level below. There are 2 ogres on the gantries on your level, and you've just entered this room where the carts seem to be being driven by this enormous slave wheel. And the slavers in here appear to be a couple of ogres in iron armor.
Okay, cool. And so can see this ogre. Obviously, I saw in the last turn, Oust, I believe, was running away from this ogre. Is that right? From the last, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna try something a little different here. I've got in my burglars actually that's probably not gonna work. Might have to use Madrid for this, but I'm just gonna head forward with Alpha around the corner. Is there from this viewpoint? Is there anything like here and here that I might be able to attach Madrid to?
So you've got these kind of like stone-ish walls that have just been carved out of the mountainside. Go ahead and roll survival to see if you can kind of find enough to attach Madrid.
All right, I'm just gonna attach that. Survival roll. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome. So you managed to it wasn't immediately obvious at first, but you managed to hitch Madrid over something. Are you what sort of height?
This is going to be close to the ground. This is like 1 foot off the ground.
Okay, so roughly middle of your body.
Whoa, whoa! About
Love that
just
mid.
a little, maybe a little lower than a third of the way down my body. All right. But
Okay.
yes, yeah. So about a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Ideally. And in that, just using the rest of Alpha's movement, just getting us across here and securing the other end, to this as well.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, cool. We're just gonna,
So I'll call that your action. So you
Yeah.
can use a bonus action, or you probably use most of your movement. Did you want to do anything else?
I think no. I think I might just use a bonus. No, I'm good actually. I think I'm good just to sort of wait here, where I am.
Okay.
Just doing not much.
Okay. We'll go to Oust.
So, Finn, are you telling me that you're doing this, or are you going to warn
You would
me
have
on-
you would have seen me doing it right in front of you as you're running across.
Bearing in mind that in your 6 seconds that you're doing this, I'm running at full speed.
Yeah, I mean I'm right in front of you. You can totally see what I'm doing. There's no
And you've already
surprise.
kind of seen me that I'm not the most observant when someone's yelling. What? Oh, all right. Yeah.
What's your passive perception there,
Mine?
Oust? Yeah.
Oust's passive perception sits at 16.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely,
All right.
you ultra know that you're doing it. It's so clear to you. It came to you in a dream last night. And this is a point in time where it's happening, and you're like, "Oh my god, this was the dream."
Yeah,
Right.
we're on the same wavelength, man. You know what's good. You know what's running through his head. He saw the ogre behind you, and he makes a little.
I can already kind of see what you're planning on doing. It's
There
just
you go.
Whether myself and Wolf screw it up.
Are
Alright.
you riding Wolf at this point, or are you?
Yeah, I am.
He'll get over it, no problem.
Does he still have that jump thing going, or is that ended now? Because I know he had it at the start of
Yeah,
the
he's
battle.
got probably 4 or 5 more turns with jump. It's a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it 5 because I haven't been keeping count.
No, that's cool. I know it kind of started halfway well when I started running away and kind of got to killing that dude.
Yeah.
So just a question: this wheel thing that these guys are walking around, how high is it off the ground? Is it are the wheels quite big, or are they just like human height? The pillars. Or whatever?
There's a central cog that's turning another cog that's a bit higher up. That's kind of interlocking,
Yeah.
and then there's kind of these handles, and they're each pushing on a big handle,
Okay.
and the handle is chest height for them, for
Okay.
regular human height. So they're
4 or 5 feet.
kind of trudging it forward. Yeah.
Cool. Piece of cake. All right. So whilst riding Wolf, I guess what we're going to do is basically just going to come. We're going to, Wolf and I are essentially, as we are. Oh man, sorry, having a moment. Wolf and I are just going to come bolting through there. Stop, turn, and face said ogre as he comes hurling towards. So we're just going to kind of get far enough away from the rope, but so that he still comes charging towards us, but not in the way of these guys turning their thing. Although I suspect they've stopped, so actually we'll go there to make them stop. And so, yeah, that's right. While Ogre is chasing me, as I think he's still running after me, I'm just going to take a shot with the bow. So basically, we're going to jump over, come to a screeching halt, turn around, and then knock a bow and send it off towards said Ogre.
Nice.
Cool.
All in one fluid elven moment.
Very stylish.
Very stylish.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to do that. It's going to be embarrassing. Always embarrassing when I use this bow.
Oh!
Oh, not today.
Dude, nice.
First
Not
roll of the
today.
night. That's perfect.
That is beautiful.
You did roll a 1 and a 1 for your damage though.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it looked beautiful while it happened. I don't give a shit about the damage. It's all about how it looks.
I can't believe you like critically failed 2 d8s. That's I don't know what the odds of that are. That's
It's pretty cool.
it's good that you definitely hit. So so Alston and Wolf are kind of like making their way across the gantry. And Wolf doesn't need to like leap or anything to get over this rope. In fact, he makes I think with that attack roll, he actively tries to obscure it by not like reacting and doing a massive leap, and just kind of runs over it and like spins around at your kind of command as you draw this arrow, put it in the bow, and just loose it, which goes screaming across the floor and hits the ogre for 6 damage.
Wow.
Perfect. 6 damage.
6
Hey.
damage.
On a
All about
critical
how it
hit.
looks, right?
Oh,
Finn's
man.
just like,
It's style over.
I could have done so much for the crit.
Could have, but didn't though, did you? Who was your crit?
I didn't.
Did you get double damage on a crit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
You
normal
do.
thing. What is the normal? So my longer. Oh yeah. So actually, the 1d it's a 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage. So
Yep.
what-
You rolled a 1 plus
I
4,
did
which
too,
is 5,
1d8 plus 4,
plus
yeah.
another 1, which
Oh,
is
plus-
6 total.
Yeah.
Does it double that? So is it at least
It
12
doubles-
damage?
It doubles your initial.
No. It's, so you get to roll your d8 twice,
Ah, right.
which is what he got. Normally it would only be 1d8, but he
Yeah.
rolled 2d8
Yeah.
plus his damage
1d8,
modifier.
wow. I rolled 2 1s, and oh my god, that is actually quite terrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Uh,
Anyway,
I thought you'd just been mean, John, but
no.
Not good.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Can I taunt the I'm gonna just taunt the ogre a bit more? Just gonna call him a big slow oaf.
Okay, so you call out to him.
Come on, you big fat slow oaf! Come and get me.
You see his face like as he like
I want him as mad and as basically infuriated as possible, so he doesn't think to look where his feet are going.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, I see.
Perfect.
okay. Cool. So that's the situation there. Sasha, you're up.
Cool. Just checking. So I know that Igneous has broken the chains off 2 of them. Was it the? How do you like?
One of
How
them.
do you?
One of them.
Oh, here you go. Was it these 2 or just one of them?
It was this guy here.
Top one's
Yeah.
free. The one I'm closest to has got a chain which is chipped, but
Chain-
still intact.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Right.
Alright, well, I guess what Sasha wants to do first is just heal up because Sasha, got beat up by the that kite ride. So probably about here. Yeah, about here. I'll move over just to get out of the way of the giants. And I'm just gonna lay on hands because I think I took 17 damage
Oh,
last turn, so I'm gonna use just 17.
by the way,
Is
Beta just
Marvin coming with you?
yeah, Beta just kind of follows along behind you as well. By the way.
Oh yeah, I presume I've already dismounted off both of them, so we're kind of on their own free will at the moment. They're not connected to me on that weird flying contraption that we had set up.
That was scary.
Did you want Marvin to go with you, or?
Yep, Marvin definitely my backup.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess first things first. I'm just gonna look at myself and go, ouch, that hurt. And just go for a lay on hands maneuver.
We can't go a session without you touching yourself up.
I can't survive without it.
We're 34 minutes into it, and he's already
Yeah.
touching him for yourself.
It's a necessity, not really out of It wasn't my doing that I had to heal myself this way. So just if you guys turn around, I'm just gonna heal myself for a few seconds.
Heal myself.
It's quite invigorating.
Oh, dear God.
I love the way you called it a maneuver.
Yeah. How long would you consider a javelin to be, via John?
How long would I consider a javelin to be?
That's right.
Is it yours or is it someone else's? Sorry.
Is it 10 feet?
Oh no, it's not 10 feet.
10 feet, jeez.
3?
It's probably about 4 to 5 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
wouldn't have
yeah.
that sort of reach.
If you are
You
sort of
just
like
got it.
standing it next to you, right? You'd expect it to be kind of like that kind of height next to you. I don't know.
I guess what I'm trying to
yeah,
get at is I'm trying to see if I can use a javelin instead of throwing it. If I can just grab it and like go like that, and then break the chain that Igneous failed to break instead of actually trying to throw it, because there's about 10 feet distance realistically from trying to.
Have you not got any more movement?
Yeah, that was my 30 feet, I believe. So yeah.
You could move to this spot.
Ooh. All right, if you're gonna be that nice, I'll take it.
A javelin is not a reach weapon, so
And I can't use
normally
it.
it doesn't reach 10 feet. But you can move far enough and then attempt to break your chains.
All right. I'll try break
So
the chains.
roll to hit.
Cool. I'll probably just use my sword then since I'm that close. And this isn't a move of violence. So I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just trying to do the right thing right
Covering
now.
all his bases.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's just good Dungeons and Dragonsing.
yeah.
That chain got messed up.
How do you want to break it?
I'm just gonna unsheath, lift up to the sky, and just go whack. With the sound effects as well.
You call out whack,
At the same time, yeah.
almost
Just
as
make
if
it
it's a
more tri-
commentary on your move.
Just to make it sound more triumphant.
Okay. With what? With the hilt or?
No, with the edge. So we'll sort of, that
The pointy
that
bit.
part of the yeah, just a few centimeters off the edge of it.
Okay. Cool. So you crash and smack. Well, you like break these chains and the manacles come free, and that person's just like, oh my gosh, it's the first time for a long time that I've had my own agency. Thank you.
I guess hopefully if I can do this as a bonus action, I'm just gonna look at Igneous and just go.
Oh, yeah.
I'll end it like that.
Yeah, that happens. Okay. Cool. So it's the ogre's turn.
Yay!
That's what we
Ogre,
need.
ogre number one
Ogre number one, come on down. It's the
is
mark.
running towards you at a rate of knots. He's not quite fast enough to get all the way to the rope.
That's right. We can infuriate him a
Get
bit
another
more.
shot of him and just infuriate him some more.
Yeah.
It's all good.
The second one makes it across basically to where the other one was.
Oh, wait. Where was the second? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
The second tier. There's, I'm worried about the other two.
Oh,
on the
me
other-
too. Me too.
'cause they're still quite close.
Ogre number three sees what's going on across the top of the wheel here, and first of all, like cracks a whip at the commoner that's near him, who has like stopped pushing and has started just observing what's going on. And she just reaches forward and then begins pushing again, and the wheel starts back up.
Mm-hmm.
This ogre is going to move up here in front of the fireplace. Ogre number 4, which is down here, is moving.
Uh-oh.
Can't quite get right up to you. Let me just check something.
Are we going to see Finn finally take some damage?
No, because he'll just fly up on Alpha and get out of the way. That's what he does every time. It's like a little scaredy cat.
At least
Not if he gets
at least I
one
don't.
hit KO.
Not like I die every session, Dave. I'd say I've got the better strategy.
I thought you guys were on the same wavelength. What's up with this?
Yeah, totally. This is our
The
internal
synergy's
monologue
like
that we have.
unbelievable.
This is how the demon and the ghost work.
Thank you. Yep.
We taunt each other. That's what happens. That's why we work so well together, because we're so
Exactly.
busy trying not to kill each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
We take out on others.
So this ogre kind of rocks up and sees Finn in front of him, and he reaches behind his back, and you hear a as he pulls out a javelin,
No,
lines it up, and tosses it straight at Finn.
Finn's got pretty good
Oh my gosh.
shit though, so he's alright.
Sure you can survive one shot.
He scored a 10.
Oh, that's a straight up miss.
Okay. So yeah, that's his turn.
That plunged into the wall about there.
Yeah.
Surprised
Yeah,
it didn't-
just sails straight past and just thunk into the wall nearest his friend.
I'm surprised it didn't hit his friend. It was that bad.
And Finn just kind of like looks behind him at the javelin in the wall, and then just sort of like looks back with a cocky smile. That's right, you big dumb ogre.
Nice.
Oh, brilliant.
It's the fire giant's turn now. So the fire giants have lost sight of you, and you have also lost sight of them.
Uh oh.
This is not good.
That's not good. That's never good.
Oh,
Wow.
that's not good.
Losing sight of them doesn't mean that I lose my hunter's mark drops off that one, does it?
That's true.
So I should.
So
be-
what's the deal with Hunter's Mark? You just know where they are, or what's
I'm not 100% certain, but I had a feeling, or I have a feeling that it kind of gives me some sort of advantage around knowing where he is, or at least it's sort of that uncanny feeling that I know where he is. I'm just going to read. Find my spell, click my button. There it is.
The viewer's favorite part of any D&D is when the players sit and read.
Yeah, I'm going to read and find out what the fuck this is.
You have advantage
Yeah.
on any wisdom or any perception or survival check you make to find them.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
if you make an attempt to find them, you get an advantage.
Yeah.
But at the moment,
At the moment, I don't know where he
he's
is,
disappeared
but
from sight.
I should hopefully be able to find him easily enough. Unless I move it.
Mm.
That's alright. Cool.
You can't actually move it unless you kill.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to have to remember that I've got it sitting on that guy then.
Were you 90 feet away from him? Yeah, you probably would have been.
What if I break my concentration on that? I've actually just.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could break a concentration, use another spell slot to recast it.
Okay. Cool. Roger that. Let's rock and roll.
There we go. Someone, Silver Trail in the chat just said while someone reads, someone else has to dance or should dance. So we've got Reese dancing it up now. So that's good. There you go, Silver. Just for you.
Look at that. Oh, dear.
Awesome. Okay, Igneous, it is your turn.
All right. So to start with, Igneous is just going to look a little bit embarrassed that he couldn't crack that last chain. Though he was quite relieved that Sasha managed to smash it in one hit. So we're just going to do a little bit of organization. We're going to look to the first slave who is freed just to the north of him, and he's going to pull off his crossbow from his back. He's going to hand it to that slave,
Oh,
and then he's going to
damn.
pull out his hammer from his dungeoneer's pack and give it to the slave which Sasha just freed.
Wow.
Wow.
Then he's going to
Okay.
whip out his potion, and he's going to take a little bit of ore out from one of his pockets and sprinkle it into the potion, and just going to knock it back. So, John, I'm going to count that as the second wind plus a health potion for that.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's great.
And then I'm going to give one more health potion to the slave on the north of me and indicate to him to drink it. So as I'm doing these things, Igneous is going to be like, "Be free, tiny people!"
Okay. Does he sprinkle any ore in the health potion that he hands to the?
No, that's just a Earth Ganassi trick.
Okay.
That's just for flavor, right?
That's it, man. That's it.
It's like people who put peppermint in their.
Oh,
Now we're talking.
hell beast.
Nice.
Tastes way better. Tastes way better. Okay, cool. So you kind of pull out this crossbow and you chuck it, and the guy he gladly receives his crossbow. He's like, "Let's do this." The other one grabs the hammer, is like tapping it on her palm, like, "Yep, let's go." You chug your potion, so feel free to roll your healing whenever you want. And as you kind of offer the other potion to the shield dwarf, he kind of waves you off like, "No, I'm good. I'm ready to go."
Cool.
So you can hold on to that one.
What do I roll for my potion-y potion?
It's 2d4 plus 2, and then your second wind, I think, is 1d. I want to say 1d10.
Yeah, 1d10 plus fighter level.
Okay, so 1d10 plus your level, which is 8. Whoa!
2d4.
4.
Damn.
Amazing.
Wow.
I want to use his die.
That's how you roll via oust.
Not double one.
Alright.
Cool. So you get 21 health back.
Wow.
Far out.
How much time have I got left, John?
That's some good magics, bro.
You could do something very minor.
I walk down towards
Oh yeah, you can
House?
use your movement.
Okay, sweet. So, gonna walk down towards this little slave dude. Do I have enough to try and crack his chains or no?
Unfortunately, not.
Cool. So he's just gonna stand ready and poised,
Okay.
and I'll leave my turn there.
He's like, next time on the thrilling conclusion,
What'll
will this
happen
slave ever
next?
be freed?
One last slave.
12 years a slave.
My dog is slave.
Then you are up.
Just when is it going to be the newly freed weaponized slave's turn?
Oh, yeah, boy.
Should it be after
So they've just been armed.
Mm.
So I'm going to say at the end of Igneous's next turn,
Okay.
they'll
Cool.
be free to do whatever.
All right.
Sweet.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Cool.
We got
Um,
millions.
yeah. So Finn's just gonna I think since he's just looked back at the javelin that's been thrown at him, he's sort of like takes a bit of a side eye glance at the ogre that threw that. Trying to decide what's going to be the best.
You should try tackle it.
I'm saving.
It's strong.
I'm saving my the fire giant's potion for if things turn sour later on.
Don't you just have crazy strength anyway to be able to do that?
I'm gonna try. Finn's gonna try something else. So he's just gonna dismount Alpha.
No.
What?
I just.
Spell chucker.
It's been so long since I know. Okay, right. And he's gonna point to the ogre, and he's gonna
You guys aren't bound by magic.
and he's gonna shout, "Move!" Since he
Do you
can.
even know what the ground feels like? You haven't been on it for so long. Hey, what's this? Oh shit! Oh, I don't know.
So he's basically gonna command Alpha to move towards the ogre.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know if you're going to decide what Alpha does when he gets there, but he is going to move towards the ogre.
So Alpha looks at you, and then kind of receives your command and moves towards him. And the ogre kind of looks imposing and looks as though he's a threat to Alpha, and Alpha reacts badly to that. So he's going to try to attack.
I think this is the first time we've ever had Alpha attack something.
Alpha crits.
Wow.
We got claws and scratching going
And I
on.
need to figure out how much damage a griffin does.
Perfect.
All the damage.
Can someone dance? Just while
Yeah, I cannot wait until you get control of that bird and you actually get a chance to tell it to that.
gnolls, goblins, golems. Just keep dancing.
Does anyone know
Gorgons,
how much damage a griffin does?
Grimlocks, griffins.
Imagine that.
yeah.
Imagine that, bro. Finn with 2 griffins attacking.
Oh,
That'd be so devastating.
Oh yeah,
They have
it-
air superiority.
speaking of that, does Beta, who can see Alpha, take any I don't know, any cue from that?
inspiration.
For now, it doesn't appear as
cool.
though Beta has reacted.
If
That
you
might
end up
change.
with 2 birds, Finn, Elsa's going to be incredibly jealous.
Okay, so
Is that because your wobbling doesn't do much?
Griffin
Your icy
reaches
dragon.
out with his beak and kind of pecks at the eyes of this ogre
Yeah, there we go.
and deals.
1 million damage.
I rolled that wrong. Deals 10 damage.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
And then rears up on his hindquarters,
Oh.
reaches out with his claws.
This is fantastic.
He's really good at attacking. He hits.
You should be throwing your bird in the more dangerous.
Oh,
situation.
my turn's not done yet. I've got. I
Oh,
do.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can from now.
I can
He
hear
got
a crit coming on.
Yeah.
What did I say first time? 10.
10. Yeah.
10.
Yep.
Okay, he did another 6, so
What
16
is it? The
damage.
cat's team.
I think
Yeah,
I think he's mistaking. Let's zoom in for that. It's not. I think he's looking at wolf here, not a cat. Although it does look quite cat-like, but it's a wolf.
In front of Mark's. It's the cat's bum in front of Mark's.
Oh, oh, that cat. Okay, that
cat.
makes way more sense.
Cat number 2.
The cat that is always playing.
They're addicted to D&D.
All right. See, I took that way too seriously. I was like, okay, if we
Yeah.
zoom in and we can see.
It's not a cat, it's a wolf.
We'll figure it out.
Quite clearly it's a wolf. Anyone who thought that was a cat just needs their eyes read.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, alright, Finn, it's still your turn.
Oh, so how much damage did So he had 2 attacks. There was 10 on the first.
And it
Six
was
on
another 6.
Okay, great. So now that Finn has a friend standing right next to an enemy,
Oh.
out comes the old stealthy attack. If
Stealthy
we can,
ouchie.
yeah. So he's going to pull out his relatively long bow and sight the ogre's sort of throatal area.
I feel like we haven't explained the relatively long bow recently. Even Igneous might not know about this. So,
That's true.
do you want to talk about the relatively long bow, Finn?
A long bow was going to be too big for Finn to be able to wield. So he found a bow that was slightly bigger than a short bow, but had the sort of like shooting capacity or range of a long bow. So it got aptly renamed to the relatively long bow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like relative to him.
To me, it's a long bow,
It's a
but to
long
other
bow.
people, it's probably still just a regular bow. Because I mean, like a short bow is like a regular bow for me. Anyway, so he sights up the throatal area, and lets loose with an
Oh dear, oh dear.
Ooh.
That didn't
That is not a hit.
that did not
Oh,
go.
wait. Hold on.
Wait.
No, it's not a hit. Sorry. That was way too rude. I shouldn't have gotten your hopes up like that.
Finn, are you feeling lucky?
I am
Oh.
not feeling lucky.
Oh, you spent them all.
I have spent them all.
Oh,
Already?
All of them.
Ah.
Dude, we haven't. It was like sessions ago that we had like a
we
long
haven't had a
rest.
decent- We haven't had a chance to have a decent rest to make it come back yet.
Yeah. That kind of like deflated the whole the whole maneuver I was going for, to be honest. And now Alpha's really in trouble. Cool. Sweet. Thanks for that dice. Roll 20. How dare you?
I'm more worried about the fact that you're standing on the ground and got no way of getting out.
So Finn sees the arrow. Does it bounce off him? Does it zip past him? What happens? What are we looking at here?
So he lines it up, and as he looses the arrow, or like he's about to loose the arrow, he notices Alpha like rear up on his hindquarters and scratch the ogre. But when he does that, his wings kind of flare out, and as he does that, Finn instinctively pulls his arrow to the side and lets it loose, so he does not hit Alpha.
So Finn's just gonna like put the bow and the bow down and just kind of look and just see if anyone noticed that he missed. He's just kind of like, because if not, he can kind of play it off cool, like hey, look what I got. Alpha to do kind of thing.
I think with a 16 passive perception, Alf notices.
Shit.
Everything, brother. Oh, sure, I'm not going to comment, alright? I'm just going to.
All right.
I've got a big ogre charging at me, so I'm more worried about him right now.
Okay.
But I know.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
Yeah. And he's just gonna dash underneath one of the so he's just gonna move. Sorry, underneath the sort of. How far is that actually? Let's have a look. 25. Yeah, I can sort of get under there. So I just kind of want to like move under one of the rotating arms and engage my my hide skill.
Roll for stealth.
Rolling for stealth.
I'm going to hide. It's not on fire in the arm.
25.
Oh,
Wow.
There we
Saved
go.
yourself.
You guys see Finn like run under this thing,
was
but
it a
then
mouse?
just
Was it a rat?
hit
I don't know.
all sense of where he is or where he was just like fades from memory. You're just like, what? I'm sure we used to have more people than this.
Cool, man. That's Finn.
Cool. Oust, it is your turn, but before you start, where are your groceries? I'm concerned you're not eating.
No, sorry, there was no shopping order today. So the groceries man misses out, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
But because
Did you
I'm
move
on,
it to a more convenient day on our behalf?
No, it has to be on Monday because we eat everything by Sunday. But because I'm on leave at the moment, I can go shopping anytime I want.
Nice.
So,
I'm glad it's only a 1 week division.
Yeah.
Sorry. Please.
I couldn't handle losing that.
I kind of need to give my shopping delivery guy the catch ups every time he visits because he sees he goes, oh my god! It was like, oh yeah. So yeah, I feel.
How many
sorry
times
for him.
have you told him that you've died, Mo?
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned that yet because I kind of want to keep the mystery alive.
Yeah. Fair enough. You want
It's
to
all
look
right.
good
He
in front of
watches,
him.
he watches the archives. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, next time he comes, I'm going to tell him about watching it on the stream so he can catch up.
Perfect.
All right. Sorry for that random interlude. Alice, you're up.
Right. Okay. So we have Ruddy Big Ogre there who can now only see me and Alpha. Fantastic. Thanks, Finn. And this guy here charging ferociously.
And Igneous. Igneous is there.
Yeah. All right. Igneous is in front of me, so he can protect me. Okay. Cool. So using So this wheel is kind of that wheel there is spinning. How fast? The big wheel. How
Very
fast is it
slowly.
spinning? Very slowly.
Yeah.
All right. So
I would say for each turn,
Mm,
Finn, this is relevant for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
If you want to follow the thing that you're on, it will move by one position. So from
North
where
or
you are
south?
now, north.
Okay, cool.
okay. Cool. All right. So Wolf and I are going to leap onto it using Wolfie's magical jump power. So you know, jump
Onto
onto there.
onto the cog. Okay.
Yep. So jump onto the cog, and that's obviously going to allow us to spin around slowly.
So
But
you can't quite get into the middle because the middle is like a pillar that reaches
oh right, okay.
through the roof
Mm.
and through the floor.
We're going to jump onto the
But you can get onto like the edge of the cog. It's a very big like central structure.
That's
Yep.
cool. So we're going to jump there, and before it sort of starts rotating too far around, I'm going to have another go at shooting an arrow at said angry ogre.
Okay.
You know, that's what I do. Where are you? Long sword. Long one.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to use my bow. Oh.
Wow.
This is my favorite part of playing with you guys.
Part of the day.
This is the best.
So
Who's in my way? Sasha.
Can you explain how we
Ogre.
deal with crit fails, John?
on a crit fail, we roll a 1d100, and then based on how bad that is, I decide an appropriate punishment.
Now, there's the what's worse, a 1 or 100?
A 1 is the worst you can get,
Okay.
and a 100 is the best you can get. A 100 is something like your hand slips and you lose the arrow to no effect, and a 1 is like you shoot yourself in the face and die.
Oh.
Okay, so 26 is not too bad, I would say. It's almost lower quartile stuff. So as you and Wolf kind of attempt to leap up to the main gear here, and you turn backwards to let loose your arrow, you do that, but in doing so, you kind of move, like you and Wolf, off balance, and you guys slip and fall from your position on top of the cog, falling and hitting your heads on the way down on the turning handles, and you each take 1 damage.
Hey!
That was light.
That was actually pretty. That wasn't bad. That wasn't as bad as like harpooning yourself
Shooting a
off a boat.
harpoon to death.
Yeah, I think when you harpooned yourself off a boat, I think you rolled like 2.
Yeah.
I rolled the worst. Yeah, I rolled the worst I possibly could.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't 1, was it?
I think it
like-
was. I think it was a
Yeah,
crit.
I think it
think
was.
it was
I think
a
It was
one.
two.
literally. It was
Yeah.
literally the worst. Until,
Yeah, I think I crit failed the crit fail.
Yeah,
And then people had a massive go about it not killing me.
that's right. Yeah,
Right.
but you did die anyway.
It basically killed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was oh, that should be an insta death, and like, well, I went bang. Hey, what?
You were prone, like face down, and they caved your skull. So, like, I don't know, like other than the thing exploding in your face with no gunpowder, I don't know how else to instantly kill you there.
Mm.
And only thanks to Sasha's touching was I in my head.
It's
Hey,
alright when I
steady
touch
on.
someone else.
8:33.
Alright,
Okay.
that was entertaining.
Yep. So that's your turn. Sasha, you're up.
At least I'm away from
Alright.
you again.
Sasha's just gonna turn to the left and just look at what happened to Oust and Wolf and just be like, oh wow, I should try to do that too.
Nothing.
So hopefully in one motion I'm gonna try do a. Oh, can I jump without having to do a running jump up to the handles It's not that high, is it?
It's like 4 foot.
Well,
Or is
like
it-
it's like chest height. So for you, maybe like sternum / stomach height. So you would
Yeah.
have to you would still have to do quite a like you'd have to have some hops for that.
Especially in your
Alright.
heavy armor.
This
Thanks.
is not the smartest thing to do for someone who's not so athletic. Just
All right,
saying.
I'm gonna
Oh, I
attempt to
think
jump up.
Sasha's pretty athletic.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to jump up here, away from these two hooligans. Do I need to show any sort of athleticism?
Yeah, of course you do.
I was hoping you'd be lenient, but it's okay.
Oh,
Nice.
easy.
You-
Easy mode.
Like a graceful running back, just you look like Mario in the air, and you just land superhero style
Wow.
on the handle.
Cool. After finishing your pose, I'm just gonna pull out the javelin. Not real life scale, but I'm gonna aim it directly at
Javelin. Awesome.
yeah. Very, very non-generic. I'm gonna aim it at this ogre, and just aim it for the Achilles. Oh, not really the Achilles actually. I'll just aim for the calf, the one that's sticking out, the one that's facing forward.
Okay, roll to hit, please.
Okay.
Nice.
Will that be a successful hit?
That is a successful hit.
Nice.
So as your javelin goes flying, it pierces just kind of on the side of the calf, because you managed to just miss the shin bone, and there's just like a javelin creates a hole, but it ends up going straight through
Wow.
Nice.
the calf of the ogre as he kind of stumbles slightly, moving towards your wall.
Cool. All right. Well, after seeing that, Sasha's just gonna look at Alice and just do a quick little wink, and throw one more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw that, given your current state being prone
Yeah.
with handles above you. Yeah, that's a hit as well.
Cool. And I'll aim
another-
at the second, the other calf, the one that wasn't
Ooh, nice.
pierced.
Okay. Yeah, so now both calves have been pierced as this ogre continues to stumble towards you all. Is that everything, Sasha?
Can I get Marvin to come closer? I can't control him. Sorry.
No,
So
that's
just
fine.
get him to follow. Yeah.
Beta definitely makes his way over to you as well.
Sweet.
Cool.
Can he hang out behind us just in case we need? Yeah. I don't want him to get hurt by anyone's crit fails.
He doesn't really listen to anyone, so he's just kind of like
Oh yeah. Just wherever he is. Yeah.
he's probably on the ground down in front of you, just looking up at you.
All right. I'll give him a quick pat and then my turn.
Cool. He appreciates the pat. It's the ogre's turn. We're going to start with this one in the front. And after taking a couple of javelins in the calves, he's going to continue moving towards Igneous here, but he's going to take disadvantage on his roll to perceive Madrid, because he's being very distracted by his calves that have holes in them. May surprise you to learn that ogres are not the most perceptive creatures in the world.
Yeah, well,
He has a -2 to perception,
Oh, nice.
and so he fails his perception
Yes.
roll,
love it when a plan comes to the
Mm.
and he
That's good.
runs straight into a very stiff Madrid.
8:38 there, John.
I would have
Well, I mean, hey, it's just a descriptor.
I-
It wasn't.
accepted taunt
I
as a
yeah yeah.
more appropriate, I think.
Taught,
but
yeah, that would have been. But
throbbing vine-like Madrid.
Turgid
Oh.
Madrid. Sorry. Yeah, taut Madrid. Taut like a tiger. And the ogre just kind of like running forward, just splats. And deals 2 damage to itself as its face plants
Okay.
into the ground.
Yeah, that'll do.
That's better than nothing.
Well, also it loses its action here.
True.
So
Nice.
pretty good.
Okay.
Is the ogre now prone?
The ogre is prone face down.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So it's not heaps of damage, but you know, saved you guys from getting smashed by a great club.
Mm.
That's
Hopefully
pretty
that
nice.
is, the other ogre is too stupid to see it and does the same thing.
That's 100% what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. He did see his buddy get javelins to the thighs, so he could have thought that that's why he fell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
possibly. They're pretty stupid.
They're not very perceptive though.
Oh, I just saw something else.
So the ogres are just closing in basically. This one is just right next to Alpha, so rather than moving, he's just going to
Oh no.
pick up his great club and just swing for the fences.
Oh god. Oh
So
no.
we're gonna have some bird feathers flying everywhere. How strong is Alpha? Yeah,
We'll see.
I don't know the AC, but it's got a lot of health.
Alpha, it's an 18 to hit, which is a hit.
Oh,
And he's going to take some damage.
Uh-oh.
His AC is 12.
Ooh.
Alpha.
Oh.
needs to work on that.
Yeah,
actually.
we need to get something for... Yeah, for sure.
We could make some armor for him. We've got enough leather and shit.
Mm.
Feed him some fingers.
Got enough bones, yeah.
I'm just thinking. I've still got that Yeti pelts that
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could
I think...
like a leather armor of some sort.
Yeah, I think I've got a Yeti cloak.
We've got some
or-
hellhound teeth powder.
Yeah, that's right.
He takes 10 damage.
It's not so bad. That's all right.
He's got like 50 odd health, doesn't
He's
he?
got 59 health, so that's all right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all right.
so it's saying that's like
You
half
just
his health.
he just pissed Alpha off. That's all that happened there.
Scratch.
That is all the ogre's turns, though.
Nice.
This big buff griffin.
It's the fire giant's turns, but you guys don't know what they're up to. Igneous.
Alrighty. So Igneous was just about to free this little shield door from his chains when he looks around and sees his whole party's like disappeared. And then he hears this big thud behind him from this ogre, and he sees him face down, and he just does a quick motion of, I'll be right back, to this shield dwarf, turns and just goes to attack this ogre,
Yes.
and he's just going to bring his sword down on the top of his head
Wow.
and just start wailing on him with his long sword of paper cuts.
+1.
Sure.
Yeah,
roll to hit.
Let's do it.
Oh my god! Oh my
I'll,
god!
I'll take the advantage since he's face down, prone.
Yeah, you do actually get advantage.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Because he is prone.
Can I just
Nice
see? Can I just see a D100 roll just to see how bad that could have been?
Yeah, boy.
Let's have a look. I'll just roll a D100. John seems tied up, so we'll just give it
Are
a.
you running one? Or
I'll
do you
just,
want me to
I
roll?
just roll one now.
It would have been
50. That's not too bad.
He would have just chopped off his finger.
Yeah, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing major.
Yeah, it would have been moderately bad. Okay, so you so as this ogre is kind of lying prone, he's obviously not in a great position as far as defense is concerned. And you just like hoe into him, give him a nasty paper cut on the back of his head.
Nice.
You've got a second attack there. I
All right.
believe.
So we're just going to change grip slightly and then swing down on the back of the ogre's neck. Just a quick 1-2 chop.
That's better.
Oh, nice.
There's also a hit. So you hack away at his neck, and you manage to take another large chunk out of it, but you can't quite get all the way through. But he does take 14 damage.
Nice.
Wow.
He's not looking in a great way right now.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm just going to wave to the shield dwarf still chained there and just be like, stay there, I'll be there soon.
Not going anywhere.
Cool, and that's me.
Cool. Finn, you're up.
Well, no,
Nope,
yeah.
yeah, we know.
Mark
we know.
knows
We're
what's
on
up.
Wavelength.
We've got a couple of
Free slaves.
free slaves that have weapons and are ready to do something
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
Some
Sorry.
pancake time.
Okay. Igneous, what would you like the slaves to do?
Alright, so the northernmost slave with the crossbow is going to be pretty freaked out by that little ogre coming closer to him. So he's just going to back up a smooch and then loose his crossbow into the ogre coming down from the north.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll that, or do you want to do it?
Roll a 1d20 plus 1.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
That's
nice.
a hit.
That's good.
That's a hit. So roll a 1d6 plus 1. So the shield dwarf kind of like shakingly takes a couple of steps back and just like looks up at the ogre, who like is not really paying attention to him, and he just goes and lets loose this bolt, which pierces the ogre wearing iron armor and deals 4 damage.
Ooh.
The hammer wielding one, what would you like them to
Okay.
do?
So hammer wielding one isn't quite as brave and sees the shield dwarf to the south still in chains despite Igneous's best efforts. So she's gonna run down towards him and use the hammer and wail on the manacles.
Okay. Roll a 1d20 plus 1 as well. 14, that's enough to do it.
Awesome.
So this hammer, which is kind of ideally suited for the task if you think about it, is raised up high and just crashes down on these manacles and just shatters these chains. So this shield dwarf is free.
Awesome.
Cool. So that's their turns.
Thank you.
Finn,
All right, so Finn has just
you've moved, unless you haven't tracked with it yet.
yeah, so he's just moved up with that handle as it's rotated around. And he's just been keeping an eye on everything that's been going on. He's just going to take a look over at Alpha and see how Alpha's doing with his battle against the ogre.
So you can see Alpha kind of locked in combat, and appears to be holding his own.
Cool. Can we get Alpha's attacks?
Yep. The first one is really bad.
Oh,
And the second one is good.
okay.
So on the second one, he deals 11 damage to the.
Nice.
That's awesome. Cool. So my kind of Finn's line of sight here is pretty blocked by Alpha. Is it? I can kind of.
You've got enough
Ogre's tall.
width there that you could attack that one,
Alright,
or you
cool.
could attack the one above you, or the one by Igneous.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think I'll take a shot at the one that Alpha's are at. I just really hope I don't crit fail because that could mean bad things for Alpha. So he's gonna basically keep an eye on the fight with Alpha, and he pulls out his bow, gets an arrow out, and he lines it up, and he's just waiting for an opening between the scratches that Alpha's dealing to find a clear shot into the face of the ogre. Um, and he sees a spot and he lets go with an arrow. Damn it!
So it's basically like your vision's obscured, your vision's obscured, but you're tracking the beat on this ogre, and then finally light shines in and you just see it. You go, yep, now's the moment, and you let it loose. But unfortunately, as you do, the wheel is still turning and it just deflects your arrow harmlessly back into the ground.
Okay.
Just want to say I saw that too, Finn.
No, I'm behind you. Actually, you're under here with me, so don't give me that. I see where you are right now. Okay, Alistair. I don't think there's much I can really do other than maybe just he's just gonna dash. He's gonna just take his movement to go forward, and just engage in basically hide in the shadows again.
Yep. So as he kind of ducks from handle to handle, making sure he stays well hidden.
Cool.
All right. So, Alst, when we return, you'll be up next. But we're going to take a 5/10 minute break, as it ends up being, and we look forward to what flavor hot chocolate.
All right, back in 10.
Cheers, guys.
All right, we are back.
Ooh. He's lost the sweatshirt for the.
Oh, it's getting
It's
serious.
after 9 o'clock, everybody.
No nips before 9.
No.
Should have got my singlet.
Oh,
I don't think we need to relive that moment.
What was that flavor?
Oh, today. Okay, so tonight's. I've just got a hint
Tonight's sponsor.
of hazelnut. Just a hint.
Oh,
These nuts.
Oh,
hint of
little
hazelnut.
hint of I was planning to, since we were talking last week about getting the Garage Project Whitaker's beer, I actually went into the supermarket today to grab one of those for tonight's stream, and they didn't have any. They didn't. The one that I go to didn't have.
I
them in
tried to
stock.
find it as well. There's nothing.
I wouldn't recommend it. It is not good.
Oh, really?
Well, hey, we can't just publicly denounce it.
Wait, are we back online?
We are back online.
Okay.
I
Good.
actually denounce it, but it is not good. You get a smell-wise, the Marmite smell at the start, so it's got the real stouty.
Oh, but I love
Marmite-y
stouts.
smell. No, it's good. That part starts off well,
Hmm.
and then you're going to get the mix of Marmite and chocolate, and that's just wrong.
Marmite.
It's like stout beer. I like it all that Marmite. It's probably the
Right.
malty sort of hoppy
But see,
mixture. But
When I have a stout, I pretty much always go for chocolate stouts or coffee stouts. Those are the stouts that I drink.
This one, whatever it is, it didn't work.
Right.
And it wasn't just me. We had a group of us that kind of tried it, and we were all just like, "Oh my god, what is that?"
Oh man.
It wasn't.
And that.
Hey, I mean, like, we can't just be mindless shills, right? Like,
That's
we've got
true,
to
that's
give
true.
like
That's-
actual,
yeah.
legit feedback.
Yeah.
If it doesn't taste good, we're not just gonna be like,
Unless
hey.
we get a whole bunch for free, then I will sell whatever you want
Review
to
it.
sell. I don't have to be a reviewer.
Garage Project beers, I love. I think they're fantastic, but this
Yeah.
is just not one of the good efforts.
I still want to give it a go. It's a stout. It's got
Oh,
Whitaker's
yeah.
chocolate. I got to give it a go.
Give it a crack. See what you think. I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are.
Yeah. Well,
How
definitely.
did your other promo efforts pan out?
Can we talk about
I
that
know
on
you were
there?
talking-
No, I haven't.
we talk about it after.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Just
any...
cut the audio for a few minutes. Technical
There's just this
difficulties.
random space in the middle of the stream where it's like, well, they wanted to talk about something secretly.
We just turn off the audio and you just see us talking but getting really heated and angry at each other
Yeah.
and like throwing shit. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Is that normally every session?
Yeah.
Who died?
If there's someone dying, we know who's died.
Speaking of which, Alst, it is your turn.
Hey!
Good segue.
Segways.
Explain to me mine and Wolf's current positioning.
So you're kind of like face down awkwardly. Your legs are behind you, just like upwards. Wolf, because he's a wolf, like that's just how he lies down. But you're a bipedal creature, so you landed much more awkwardly than he did. But you're both considered prone.
I find it hard to believe that an elf would land awkwardly at any stage. But never mind.
I know, right? Like it's
Right.
somewhat improbable.
The mind is boggling.
It's
Okay.
almost like you had a 5% chance of that happening.
Fucking percentages. Okay, so all right. Let me run this by you, and you can explain to me whether I'm allowed to do it or not. What I want to happen is, you're gonna charge me half movement to get up, right?
That's correct. That's how the game works.
Yeah, John's not going to do it.
I'm not
that's the
charging
game.
you anything.
You are charging me. You're the GM. You're the one who makes the rules. Anywho,
GM.
so what I want to happen, this is how it's going to happen. So Wolf is going to get himself up. He's going to spring up like nothing happened. He's not even going to brush himself off because it just didn't happen as far as he's concerned. He's going to basically spring up, and in that movement, he's going to grab Alst from like the belt, and pull him up so he flips up and lands on his back. So basically, it's just going to yank him up and toss him up behind him onto his back.
So
Ugo-
Wolf is doing that.
Yes, Wolf is doing that, and the point of it is basically so Alce doesn't have to use any of his action to get up.
Clever.
First off, will you allow it?
Let's see what the dice say. I'm just trying to think about like what the roll should be.
Possibly an athletics check, I would imagine,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Give me an athletics check for Wolf.
All right. What's that?
So he's just ragdolling Alce back up onto his
Basically,
back.
he's gonna ragdoll Alce back up onto his back.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
right. That is the plan. Do you want strength or do you want dex?
Dealer's choice.
We'll go strength then. It's semi-acceptable.
Yeah, so he does manage to like fling you back up onto his back, and you just kind of poof, like land on top of him. You're still actually prone, but it's much
fine.
easier to just push yourself up.
Just gonna sit back up. That's fine. That is fine. So
Yeah. So I will let you know that you are taller than the handles. Does that make sense?
We have no intention of being there for that long.
Okay.
Okay. Remind me again how far Wolf can jump. Is it? It was 3 times his.
3 times his strength score.
Okay, so 45 plus 9, 54. All right. Okay, so in one very graceful, are you gonna? Oh, because he's used half his movement. Is it?
Nah,
it
jump
half?
is
Fine?
different.
Okay. All right, cool. So one very graceful, elegant leap. Wolf is going to leap, essentially aiming to land on the ogre's back.
Okay.
And so basically, we're going to be landing all fours on Ogre's back, and he's literally just going to turn and straight for the back of the neck, bite. And while he's doing that, Alce is going to plunge his flaming tongue sword into the back of his head.
With
Because,
both hands, with one hand.
Both hands.
Okay.
It's going to be a sort of action.
Okay. So after this turn, you have 2 more rounds where Wolf can jump like that.
Okay.
I have been keeping count now. So Wolf like deftly jumps over, lands on the back of the ogre, and just starts tearing away at him. Roll to hit.
Okay. Let's give Wolfie.
Oh,
Oh yeah! Look at that crit.
have you rolled anything other than a crit success or fail?
But at the same time, though, look at that.
That's true.
So Wolf is just tearing the back of the neck out of this thing, and Igneous is already hacked away at it, and Wolf just so there's like this fleshy opening from where Igneous kind of chopped at him, and Wolf is just like tearing away strips and strips, and what you can kind of see is just this exposed spinal cord, which is just a gap between his shoulders and his skull.
Oh, damn.
Beautiful.
But that ogre is like gone burger.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still going to decapitate him.
Not surprised.
Yeah, sure.
May as well.
So you've got advantage on the roll.
Oh, brilliant.
He's already dead, but
Yeah, I'm not really worried about killing him. I just want to chop his head off.
okay. Let's hope you don't crit fail twice.
Oh my
Damn
God.
near.
That was incredible.
There's something wrong with your rolling tonight. It's amazing.
Oh, dude, it's going perfect or failing.
Very polar.
This is
Thankfully,
like
he's- I
this
could
is
literally
Will
just fall
Wheaton
over him.
level stuff. Yeah, so you completely miss this lifeless, motionless mound of flesh with your sword.
Right. Okay. Moving on.
Sasha, you're up.
No one saw that.
Sasha's just gonna look up and just have a little chuckle.
Yeah, Finn saw.
All you saw was
Not
blood and
not loud
flesh
enough for
flying.
Finn to Alice to hear, but loud enough for Slave and Merlin and Beta to hear.
Okay.
Seeing that though, yeah, I guess that puts a bit of gusto to Sasha's spirits. Do I have to move up to accommodate for the moving handles as well?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna move, but isn't move back down to where I am, so I haven't actually,
Okay, so you're gonna jump. You're gonna jump back over.
jump back to go
Yep.
south. Cool. And with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and try attack the ogre up here.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go straight for the this time round. Actually, what hand is the club holding onto? Is it right hand?
What club? The ogre's club.
Ogre's club, yeah.
Yep. It's slung by his right side.
Cool. Right, so I'm gonna try aim for like the tendon right there, and just hope that if it lands, it's gonna break the tendons.
Okay. You're throwing a javelin, yeah?
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Damn.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
How well was it?
So say with a 22, the javelin doesn't hit the forearm, but it does hit the bicep, and his on his right arm, and it does go a little bit loose, and it's like kind of sticking through the ogre's arm now, and he's like, as he shoves it through. And out to the side.
Oh.
Alright.
Dude.
Cool. I'm gonna try for a bigger surface area then, so I'm gonna aim for the shoulder, just like right there. So kind of where I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I mean. The clavicle, I believe, is what it's called. Could be wrong.
That's clavicle.
Yeah, so around the clavicle.
Oh,
so we're trying to
hey.
fuse it into it.
Oh, look at you!
You pierce like high on the ogre's chest, like an ogre's physiology is obviously different to a human's in the way that like their chest is a little bit lower and a bit more sunken, and their shoulders are a bit bigger and higher. But you just very high on his chest, you just smash a javelin in there. And he's just like wincing in pain, holding onto this javelin, which has entered his chest cavity.
I'd like to see him push that one through.
Punch it out.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Sasha?
definitely. I'm looking to do one more move, but I just want to double check to make sure I've got it right. 1 second. What color is Wormling? He's a
It's a white one.
ice one, isn't he?
He's white.
Yeah, white.
White. Oh, so cold damage. 15-foot cone. I'm just seeing what the distance is.
Look out.
I guess that would be considered close enough. So yeah, I'm gonna get Wormling to.
How wide's that cone, Sasha?
It just says 15-foot cone. It doesn't actually have like a. Yeah.
Yeah, so at the
So
cone's widest point, it's 15 feet across.
You reckon?
So is that not going to damage the
Oh, it absolutely is.
Aim to the north. Aim to the north.
Unless I move Marvin over to here. Sorry, I need it.
Else has no problem with you killing one of the minions because that's what they're there
If I move Wormling over here though, I think that would be okay. And then
Yeah,
aiming
boy.
it in that sort of direction. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think John's going to need to draw a 15-foot cone to measure it out.
So you want
It's quite a
him
distance.
to avoid.
Yeah, so avoid that one.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
Yep.
That's fine.
Sort of like that. What would be the roll for this?
I think I just make a saving roll. Yeah.
Alright.
Do you know what the saving roll is?
So I don't know if it's based off Sasha's or based off Wormling's, but it's
Nah, it's based off the Wormling.
8 plus Constitution modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Okay. So I'm just checking the description for a cone. So a cone extends in a direction you choose from its point of origin. A cone's width at a given point along its length is equal to that point's distance from the point of origin. So like 15 foot forwards, but also at its maximum width is 15 feet.
Right. Cool.
I like your explanation better.
Success.
Success.
What happens on a success?
Oh, success for him or for us?
For me.
So only half as much damage.
Okay.
And
How
what
much
damage? Normally it's a 2d. 2d6 on a failed save, and half as much on a successful. But I'm not sure what level we'd base Marvin on.
Hold on. Let me find him because
Damn, dancing. We're gonna dance while you
There's
guys.
a lot
Find
of
him in the
dancing.
picture dance.
I'm just gonna take my time with this one.
What, it's a 10?
Us is dancing, but you can't see.
5d8.
5d8, but only half of that. Then.
Reese, we
Yeah.
need to get you a better webcam so you can see all that detail on that shield better. It's awesome.
Oh man, I learned heaps about heraldry today.
Oh,
About
really?
what? Heraldry.
Yeah.
Heraldry, like what should be drawn on a shield. Anyway,
Oh, cool.
random tangent.
Tell me
But
after.
we should definitely have a think about heraldry for Igneous. Anyway, 5d8, please.
So I'm just gonna roll that, and we just half whatever we get.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
So just
So what's half of that?
just go 9 to
9.5.
be safe, I guess.
So 10 on this
Oh,
case.
Okay, I'll take that.
As like icy cold wind whips past the ogre, who's used to being in this like tropical climate in here, and it's just like this cone of cold just like flowing from Marvin.
Awesome.
Is that everything, Sasha?
I'll get Marvin to come back to where Sasha is, and then call
Okay.
quits.
Cool. It is the ogre's turn. We'll start down here.
You can start elsewhere. if you
The
want.
one that is fighting Alpha, as he brings his great club up and smacks Alpha across the face. For 14 damage.
That's gonna hurt.
All right, he's not really enjoying this part of the mission so far.
It's this one's turn.
Come on, angry ogre.
He's going to make a perception roll for the... Oh. As the ogre approaches Madrid, he realizes
Oh,
that Madrid is there and kind of leaps over it.
Athletics check.
And
Athletics check.
It's like a foot and a half. He's like raises his
all
legs
right, okay,
slightly.
all right.
Still got a
Hold on, he rolls an athletics check. Oh, he passes. He rolled a 2.
D100.
Yeah. So he gets there, but he did have to dash to get there, so he doesn't get to attack you guys.
Whew.
This one up here, however, comes down here to where the shield dwarf is.
Bye-bye, shield dwarf.
Yep, rolls pretty well. Instead of like swinging with its great club, it just like picks up. I need something circular. This is the head of the thing. It's just like this large hand comes up, picks up the shield off, and just crushes
Oh.
of his shield dwarf as it falls
Just think
limp
that could have been you.
and
man.
lifeless.
Oh,
That's why we have minions.
that is why we have minions.
Should have taken that health potion.
Oh yeah.
That health potion wouldn't have helped, I don't think.
But that is all of the ogre's turn.
Awesome.
Again, Fire Giant's turn, but you guys don't know what they're up to. Igneous.
Ooh-wee. So Igneous is pretty charged up after seeing his first recruit and first thing he's ever saved in this whole mission just get obliterated. And he just wants to run over there and hack up that ogre. But,
Is there any disadvantage at all for the arm getting smashed up and frozen? Or is that taken into account?
It was taken into account.
there he is. Unfortunately for Igneous, there's a giant ogre up in his face. So as a bonus action, Igneous is just going to take a split second and just assess the ogre as to where would be a good place to carve chunks out.
Okay, so you try to get a read on it.
Yeah.
Looks like the gut would be interesting to slice and dice.
Oh, nice. So Igneous thinks the gut would be an interesting place to slice and dice. So he's just going to backhanded slash across the inside of his belly button with his long sword of paper cutting +1.
Whoa!
Nice rolls.
Oh,
15. That damage is
15
amazing.
slashing damage. Ooh. Oh man, that was maximum.
That's awesome.
That was maximum.
T100.
Imagine if that was a crit. Wow.
Yeah, that would have been 23 damage. Yep. So as you kind of slash in, like you open up a big section of his gut, and it's just like, it's not like things don't start spilling out at this point, but you can kind of see the amount of fat like lining his stomach
Nice.
beginning to spill out.
Alright. So, encouraged by his big slash across his stomach, he's just going to take another slash into the same cut and just try and cut a bit deeper into that big crevasse of flesh.
Ogre guts on the floor.
Okay.
Oh!
God damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, kudos. That was amazing.
Jacked it up with a crit.
That's really good. So you kind of go one way with the first strike, opening him up, and then just like slowly drag your blade across the cut once more, and you start to see like innards spilling across like the front of this ogre, who's still like completely erect, still standing there.
Whoa. He's enjoying it a little too much.
And is looking a little bit woozy and bloodied and all those sorts of things, but is still very much in the fight at this point.
Oh
Ogre
damn!
like pain.
Anything else?
That's me.
Finn.
Do we get the two
Oh, yes, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh,
oh,
so
there is two. One.
One.
One
one's
left.
got a hammer.
one
Um,
got freed.
The second one
You
got
guys,
freed,
you guys
right?
have got one that's freed that doesn't have any weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unless that
They can
one-
do something if you want, Igneous.
All right. Let's have a look. How far can they run? 30 feet?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Can they run far enough to grab the crossbow from the other guy?
Ooh. I think they're going to be a little bit terrified at this point,
Yeah.
and they're just going to bolt to the southeast. Both of them just behind this cog area bit here.
Even the one with the hammer.
Just- Even the one with the
Come
hammer. She just saw her buddy just get head imploded. She's out of there.
Yeah.
Jackalope enjoyed your erect comment.
It just means upright.
Yeah. I mean, and really
There
turned
you
on.
go.
These both.
And turgid.
And attention. Taut.
Sweet.
It's like the opposite of flaccid. It's
Exactly.
just turgid. Fine. Just an antonym.
Yeah. It's after 9 p.m. This happens.
All right. Finn, it is your turn. And you've moved upwards
All right.
one,
Yeah. Let's move up.
one section.
Hmm.
Come on, Finn, wow us.
Okay, I want to try something. First of all, he's just going to take a look over to Alpha, make sure he's okay. See if Alpha is still attacking. Is Alpha still attacking, or is it freaking out?
He's still fighting.
Cool,
Yep.
cool.
One of his attacks hits, and one of them does not.
Nice.
It deals 10 damage to the ogre.
Just from what Finn can see, how is the ogre doing?
The ogre is looking a little bit worse than Griffin.
Okay, perfect. So Finn,
Griffin appears to be getting the better of him in their exchange.
okay, so this is gonna either be amazing or just a huge fail. What I want to do is I want to have Finn run across right up to this ogre, and in one smooth movement, pull an arrow out of his quiver, stab it into part of the intestine that he sees coming out of his stomach, and
I can see what you're going to do here.
chuck it into his bow, and just and shoot and shoot it as far into this direction, preferably into the arm of one of these rotating things.
Oh, this is yuck.
You sick little bugger.
Good man.
Oh, good hell. And
Okay.
I thought you were sick by cutting fingers off. Now you're gonna disembowel an ogre.
This isn't the first time I've disemboweled something. Remember the Cloud Giant's castle got stormed, and I just split someone's stomach open and poured the guts out.
But this is a bit more sick.
Mm.
You've changed.
So what do you want me to do for this one, John?
He's majored as well.
Well, I can't do both. Using Madrid as a turn. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she's
Okay, so just roll to hit, I think. And so we just roll to hit, and I'll ask you after that.
With anything specific, just like a D20 or?
Just roll your relatively long bow.
Okay, cool. All right. So I've been terrible at this so far. 14.
Oh,
Okay.
You can't use your luck for it.
That's small intestine for show.
yeah, not the large one.
Well, I mean, it is exposed innards.
And I am
so
right next to them.
And his AC is not great.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that's a success. And so what are you doing?
Basically,
You just
so like grabbing out an arrow. Jackalope said it did make him gag a little. So I'm just going to repeat it again just for Jackalope. So he takes the arrow out of the quiver, hooks it into and punctures, attempts to puncture the intestine that he sees coming out of the ogre's stomach. Grabs the bow and shoots the arrow off into one of these rotating arms.
Okay. And what's he trying to do? Like, what's the end game of that? Is that just to pull more entrails? out,
Basically,
or-
effectively, it's just slowly just. I mean, shooting it. I mean, this is. I don't know how much.
Shoot the other ogre with it.
I don't know. I don't know how many intestines, how long the intestines of an ogre would be, but like I'm firing them 25 foot across the room, so I'm hoping that's going to pull a fair bit out.
You've seen the size of a gut of an ogre, right?
Yeah.
That must be holding one heck
Yeah.
of a lot of intestines.
So the end game is firing this arrow will hopefully pull some out anyway, and then the rotation of this thing should hopefully help unwind a bit more. Because that's
Okay.
what's that? That is a good. It's another 5 foot of rotation each, or maybe 5 to 10 foot of rotation each turn.
Okay. Cool. So here's what happens.
Oh god.
So Finn goes running across the floor, away from his hiding spot underneath the arms. Breaks into a slide. Draws an arrow from his quiver, stabs it up into the intestine of the monster. As he knocks his arrow and looses it and sends it flying in Sasha's direction, but importantly, over the handle that was previously used by the slaves to push the wheel. The wheel is still being pushed by some slaves, and it kind of ties itself around. It has enough force that it's like kind of hooked around, and so you've got this kind of taut intestine kind of streaking out as like specks of blood and just kind of innards coat Sasha, Beta, and the White Dragon Wyrmling.
He's now a red dragon.
Now a red dragon. His breath is canonically fire from here on out. And that's exactly what it looks like. But you can roll your sneak attack damage because you've got friends. You've got friends nearby.
Sweet. Let's do that as well. It's just an extra 9 damage.
9. Whatever.
Jeez, why was there's so many dice?
Yeah.
I love how that rolls. It's like it rolls double the dice required.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's brilliant.
It shouldn't, but I'm not complaining.
It looks.
Also, I did call Jackalope he before. It's actually a she, so I apologize.
It's actually a she. Really.
Sorry, Jackalope.
Yeah, sorry about that. Now we know though, so come back more often, and we'll get it right next time.
Cool. So you like send the entrails of this ogre across the room, and that color is about right actually. Like this kind of dirty magenta.
Oh,
But
color
pinky.
it's like a dark fuchsia.
it's almost the same color as Jackalope's name. Just funnily noticed.
It's so different.
No, it's not. It's the same color.
Those dots don't make it look any better. Whoever's doing that.
It's dripping with blood. I don't know what you think.
Oh, gross, man. What
No.
This looks like salad fingers, like movie.
No, it's
No, that's good. That is good though.
There you go.
And so there's this ogre is just like as its entrails are like splayed.
so Ogre is
It's still alive.
Perfect.
Oh,
I
damn.
wanted it to still be alive.
It wishes it wasn't.
It's sadistic.
It is still alive.
That is
So sadistic.
Alf, it is your turn.
Okay, so Alster's feeling mildly sorry for this ogre. It's really the first time he's ever had a sense of pity for anything he's been battling, but he's just feeling remotely sorry for it. Whilst I'm feeling sorry for this ogre, I have a question. If I decide to sort of So if I decide to do a check on, like just for argument's sake, I want to wonder where my fire giant is. Is that a bonus action? Is that an action? What's it? If I do a check to see like a just a perception check to see if I can figure out where it is, can I use it as a bonus? Can I use it as or do I have to use it as full?
Yeah, you can use. That's a free action.
All right, cool. So would be best to do it before or after I attack the ogre? Just saying,
Up to you, really.
If I did it before, is the ogre going to get that chance to take a hit while I'm thinking, or is it just a?
No, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So before I launch into any attack, I'm just gonna have a moment to sort of ponder where I feel my fire giant friend is, because I'm kind of realizing that we haven't seen them or heard them for a wee while. So I just want to check where they are. Is that passive wisdom or
No? You need to roll perception
perception? Hang on.
or survival, whichever one. Dealer's choice.
Hey.
Same. Either way, same.
Yeah, nice.
23.
So you close your eyes for a moment and focus on where the fire giants have gone to. You haven't heard or seen them for a while. And you, in the distance, in the far off distance, you can hear not like the actual words being spoken to each other, but you can hear it what sounds to like a conversation. And the conversation is one side or one group of people kind of explaining something in a very solemn way, and the other side of the conversation is just getting more and more distraught and angry and building.
No.
And it sounds a little bit something like
Whatever happens, when that shit comes our way, you hide me. I did not do that.
I don't know if our disguise plan's gonna work, but I'm even more excited about it now.
Oh, the disguise plan. Yes, totally. Let's go, brilliant. If that works, the Lord will think that they've been lying.
Exactly, and he won't be able to trust them.
No, that's perfect. Okay, awesome. Cool. So now knowing that Lord is angry with his with us, that's cool. How ill is this ogre looking? That's in front of me.
incredibly like
That's an intro
its insides are basically mostly on the outside now.
How wide would you say these entrails are?
How wide?
How wide? Like, would they be, I don't know, a foot wide? Like,
Do you stand on them?
You're gonna run across them.
would it be a small path wide, or are they kind of thinner?
They're innards, right? So they're not.
I mean, they're not huge, but he's a fairly big fish.
They're not a foot.
No,
they're not like a foot. They're like maybe 6 or 7 centimeters.
Perfectly timed. Alst has cat-like reflexes and cat-like abilities, so I'm thinking potentially I could do something even more disgusting. So Jack, we might want to close your ears. So I'm thinking that Wolf kind of wants to get up to this guy here, but if we leave, this guy might get an attack of opportunity because we're kind of standing right beside him. Am I right there? Unless he skirts around.
Yeah, if you leave his reach, he'll try to hit you.
Okay, so Alst, first off then, so basically from Wolf's back, because Alst is still sitting on Wolf's back, I'm going to basically stand up on Wolf's back, and I'm not going to jump onto the entrails because that might be a bit slippery, but what I'm going to do, with fire and ice, I'm basically going to cut a segment of his entrails out. So essentially I'm just going to come down twice and cut a section out. So I'm just like, from Wolf, jumping off Wolf, calm down, both swords, aiming to cut out a piece about a foot wide.
Oh.
Okay.
There's
Sure.
something about that that's worse than what I did.
I
And
thought it
so,
was
like,
worse if you like went from the outside,
Yeah.
tried to get his whole like torso exposed. Or
I'm not that good.
yuck.
and so, what are you? How far out are you jumping? Are you trying to jump so far that, like, because there's this like initial twisted mass by his stomach, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like a little bit further out where it's just like one.
So I'm kind of aiming to be in front of where Finn is, because I want to show Finn just how good I am.
Okay.
Because it's been a while since Finn's realised how good Alce is, and I think Alce has actually got some making up to do. So he wants to kind of like go, yeah, come and go, and then sort of stand in front of Finn there. See, I got this.
Trying to get Finn's approval again, eh?
It's really just about impressing you, because that's how it works.
Okay, and you're on Wolf's back, and you're going to launch yourself off of Wolf's back. Is that the situation?
That is correct.
Okay.
Getting as much height as I possibly can to come down in the old, and obviously ending in the classic superhero pose. The sort of the slash and then swords out the back, kind of pose.
Okay.
You get the idea.
Give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Your choice.
Athletics, where you? No, it's going to be an acrobatics check because that's dexterity. Oh!
Finn can't wait to see this unfold.
Okay.
Fall face 2.0.
So here's what happens. So you take a couple of steps up, Wolf, and you go to launch yourself off of Wolf's kind of like head, shoulder, neck region, and you push down, but your foot kind of slips a little bit. Your plan was to do like 1.5 back twist, and you put like that kind of effort into it, but you kind of just you don't really get enough purchase to do any of that stuff, but you're moving in the general direction of what you're trying to do. So go ahead and roll to hit, but with disadvantage.
Oh my god. Okay, fire, ice. Oh yeah! Look at that!
Wow.
Disadvantage on that.
Yeah.
I
I see some birds.
incredibly clumsy. It looks like he was trying to do, like how sometimes you see like videos of people trying to do a skateboard trick or something, and it's clear they have no skill, but they're doing it anyway. It's a bit like that.
Landed it.
It's, but like surprisingly, he didn't fall off, and he just lands with the swords kind of a foot apart and just severs a section of the cord.
I'm still going to look up at Finn and give him the smile to say, told you I got this.
Yeah.
But that is enough
Dude, that was fucking amazing.
to kill that ogre.
Yeah.
Wow, that was ruthless.
And now the ogre is dead, Wolf's just going to come up and grab that section and have some lunch. These youngers.
Okay, sure. Wolf starts tucking in for quiet time.
I accidentally deleted Finn off the board.
Finn, no.
Finn pops into another plane of existence.
How can you even do that?
Are you that embarrassed?
Just
Finn?
all you need to do is hit the delete button. It was actually surprisingly easy.
Do I need to get my backup Finn?
If you
token?
can, yeah. I'm just
Sure.
redrawing this now loose.
Don't forget the piece
Would
of
you say flaccid?
I would
plastic.
100%
Well, it's no longer
use
tall
that.
because it's been cut in two. Or cut in twain, as you could say.
Well, I've only drawn part of it so far.
Part of it needs to be in Wolf's mouth. Oh dear, that's brilliant.
All right, there we go.
Oh, bird.
Finn's
Ant-Man.
back and bigger than ever.
Finn's big and back.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
There he is.
Alright, we're just... There we go. Nice little... Oh, that was terrible. Wait a second.
It doesn't look right. Whatever that thing is meant to be. Looks way too circular.
No, it's fine.
It's just a little... There you go.
It's
There
brilliant.
you go. And that's just gonna slowly, forever, just be dragged around this room.
Well, as long as the slaves are turning the
That's
wheel,
true,
right?
Yeah. We could just leave one to do it.
Yeah. Just to send a message.
Yeah. See what we can do. If killing his son wasn't enough, this is what we do to ogres.
Yeah.
You'd be gutted if that you were the one that got left.
You're the only one. All the others have been released. He's just like, oh no, we need you to continue doing
We need
this.
you to pull us around.
Okay. Anyway, Alice, that's your turn. Sasha.
Right. Oh, get out.
All right. Cat butts for all.
Can Sasha just do a check on how well the ogre is doing when they got his shoulder and clavicle damaged? Bicep and clavicle.
He's looking relatively damaged. Like not He's not. His breathing is a little bit heavy. He's kind of putting on a brave face as you'll read the situation.
All right. Okay. So yes, if Sasha's just gonna move up to about here, take into account the movement of the handles, and I'll just throw a javelin, probably into the mouth if possible, since the breathing's hopefully expose the mouth hole a bit more.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would have been good if it was advantage.
Oh, hell yeah.
So as he takes like a deep breath, you throw your javelin, and you manage to crush one of his front fangs. As the javelin kind of sticks out the back of his neck here.
Wow.
Dealing 16 damage. Jesus, that's oh wait, no. 10
I
damage.
think it's 10 damage, yeah.
I was gonna say, geez, that's a lot.
Alright.
Still a lot, but
Yes.
yeah, he's no longer in as good of a shape. But he's still alive.
Alright. Sasha's gonna be a bit disappointed about that and just grab another javelin and try again.
That's also a hit. So another, as the javelin pierces him, another 6 damage.
Sweet.
Cool. And I'll leave the other two just chill out for now. They've done a really good job. Sasha will just give Beta a pat.
Okay. Marvin looks a little bit aggrieved that you only patted. It's the ogre's turn. What are they going to do? Okay, this one here is going to reach down for Oust with a club of great proportions.
What?
Uh-oh. I think I need to get like a something that pops up on our stream every time Else dies.
Like a counter or something.
Yeah, like a death.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. I might see if I can get like a death save thing that I can put up.
How many times has Else rolled a death save?
Or just like how many times does he get not put into a dying state
Just put a counter, like a counter.
over the course of the adventure?
I'm currently on 5. I don't think we're
Wow.
early on. I don't think we're any early on.
I don't think
was it?
so. No.
It's only been like 5 in the.
Five.
I think it's more than 5.
No, it's 5 because I had 3 in a row, and then there was another 2. So 3 weeks running that I was fine.
And here comes the
Okay.
next one.
Nah,
Anyway, it's a hit.
this guy's got. How do you not-
No, sorry. What's your AC?
That's what I'd like to hear. It's 16.
It's a hit.
Goes on me. Jeez.
Take 15 damage.
Oh, come on. Motherless goat.
And he reaches up with the great club once more.
We appreciate you being a tank viewer.
Yeah.
Joust. Thank you.
And misses.
Yay! Fuck off.
It's the Ogre down here's turn. He's also still got his great club out, swinging for the fences, and hits the Griffin,
Because if Alpha wasn't there, I
who
suspect
takes
that the Alpha
16 damage.
16. Oh man. All right.
Is that more than halfway?
Oh yeah.
That's over half. He's had about 34, 4, maybe 40.
He's had 40 damage.
Second hit misses.
So he's on about 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire Giant's turn count is 3, but you do not know where they are. Oust has a fair idea. Igneous, you're up.
Alrighty, so Igneous is just gonna have a little bit of look of shock on his face as he's seen these netters just fly all over the place, and he's gonna look down to Finn and just give a little nod like he understands.
Finn just goes like this.
Yeah, and just as the ogre in front of him, who's had all his guts peeled out, just before he falls over, he's gonna reach in and scoop out some of the large intestine,
Oh, gross.
and then just run with it down towards the other giant, the other ogre, and he's just gonna flick it like a whip into the ogre's face, and just yell magic.
Magic.
Magic. I'm not sure you get the idea of what magic actually is, but
It obviously involves body parts because that's all this scrub wizard does.
yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna do that.
The magic thrower halfling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Roll to hit, please.
Okay.
Oh my god. this guts everywhere. Oh.
I do love Jackalope's reaction. Yeah, that's successful.
This is how D&D rolls.
You just want to draw more pictures, didn't you?
So you just grab
Pig bits.
this stomach of the dead ogre. You just run, and you just like fling like basically a soggy noodle at this ogre. And it hits, but it does no damage because it's a soggy noodle. But it's super gross, and everyone is very upset.
Okay.
I love
Does Alpha
Igneous.
get covered in blood?
Igneous is amazing.
Yeah. So Igneous, just charged by his success that his psychological attack worked, is gonna sneak in with a quick slash to this ogre's stomach and see if he can
Oh
use some
no,
magic.
no.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say that was your first attack.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you inspiration,
Oh,
and you get advantage on this attack.
oh my
Alright, let's
goodness.
do it.
Look
Let's
at
do it.
that.
That's sweet.
That's a hit.
Oh.
You tear open one more stomach. You see like a little bit of entrail. Like, there's just like a little like bit hanging out, which is like a little. It's not like one solid piece. It's like a little hook.
Like a handle.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
a handle.
Oh no.
But that'll have to wait until next turn or whoever's turn.
Yeah, good. Can I do my dwarfs?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So the two shield dwarfs that ran off hiding last turn, after seeing this parade of entrails, they're a little bit encouraged, and they're
Oh,
gonna head down towards the south, where this little manacle dwarf is, and together they're gonna try and smash the manacles and free him. The one to the west is a little bit close to the ogre for their liking, but they reckon they can rescue this guy.
Okay. So one of them is like holding the manacles out, like making it a nice, easy to hit target, and the other one's got the hammer, and it's like, yeah. So roll to hit with advantage, +1.
Whee.
oh, nice.
That's enough there. Clang, and they free another shield dwarf.
Nice.
Sweet, that's me.
Cool. Oust.
All right.
Oh wait. I think I did because I deleted Finn. I think.
Yeah. Finn
Oh.
was ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Finn's my first.
Yeah. Sorry.
Finn,
All right.
you are.
Finn rolled a 21.
Yeah. So Finn is just looking to basically saw Igneous come charging towards reach into the ogre's stomach and run off in a direction. So he's like what the? He didn't know. He had no idea what was going on. Followed Igneous across, saw the whipping of the wet kind of intestines against the ogre, and then the slash of the blade across the ogre's stomach, and he can see the damage that he's done. He's just going to call on Alpha. He's just going to yell out to Alpha to try and get Alpha's attention, and he's just going to point at the stomach as best as he can.
No.
And the only word he can do that can get any idea across is move, as he points directly towards the stomach of the ogre.
Okay.
Animal's gonna feed on ogre entrails.
He's hoping.
So Alpha reaches his beak around this like wee handle that's sticking out of the stomach.
As if
Turns his back
Sorry, Jackalope.
on the ogre and just takes flight. Begins flying.
Entrails flying everywhere.
Entrails trailing Alpha as he just soars higher and higher up to the ceiling with just a trail of innards following.
To be fair though, is there a attack of opportunity given to this guy?
There would be if he was not dead from.
Oh,
wow.
So that is enough. Like,
oh my god.
didn't have a lot left in him.
Doesn't even
And that was basically the rest of it.
Okay.
This ogre who's seen this all going, is he like terrified of seeing things being disemboweled, or is he just gonna get grouchy?
Yeah.
Well.
All right. Well, let's take a look. So Finn looks back towards the ogre to gauge just like how this other ogre is doing.
Yeah, so you see the ogre, and he seems more concerned about himself, like his own, like body parts and whatnot. Like he's not in a great position. And it's not because he's surrounded by enemies, but it's because he's kind of like bleeding. He's had javelins through him and all sorts of stuff. But the thing, like that, you've got like a reasonable amount of experience with ogres. You just know that they're just not very bright, so they don't calculate the battle odds as the tides shift. They are just kind of committed to what's going on.
All right.
And he's
Okay.
He's up for it.
All right. So how is he? Is he bloodied? He's had a fair few attacks, hasn't he?
Oh, he's not looking great.
Okay. So Finn looks back at this ogre, and he puts his bow on, like basically hooks it over the quiver, so he's not going to use it. He reaches down and he grabs his blade out of his a little dagger out of his little holster, and he holds it in front of himself, blade out the side, and he just charges the ogre with the idea, just to round it all off, with just like a slash right across his stomach as he runs
Oh.
past.
Oh man.
Okay, is this with the blink blade?
No. This is just with one of his standard daggers.
Okay.
You are one sick little man.
Oh.
Oh, I crit it. Oh,
Dude, fantastic.
Crits it if we roll tonight.
That couldn't have gone any better.
And he crits the damage as well.
So go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage twice,
Oh,
because you have an ally within the range.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
So as your dagger like sinks
32.
in, you realize exactly how much purchase you have, and you just rip as you splay out a third ogre's entrails out onto the floor. But this time, instead of like being gradually drawn out by individuals, it's just like you run past, slice it open, and it's just like,
Oh, that is
and then it's like
brilliant.
all out there for everybody to see. So there's
Draw
just
it off.
just entrails everywhere, basically.
That is beautiful. So now that part of the battle is kind of over, because they're all dead, I assume we're going to sort of work on at some point now plan of disguise, because the fire giants are coming.
Sorry, just want to finish off my turn, just with the bonus action. He does call Madrid back.
Okay.
Hey. So yeah,
Sorry, carry
I
on.
think Alf is gonna just say, hey guys, while all this has been going down, the fire giants are coming, and I think they've reported back to the Duke that we killed his son, and he's not happy about it. I think we need to work on our next plan. But can I suggest that we just kind of spread some guts around as a distraction tool?
I think there's already some guts spread out.
More than there already is.
Right.
I think we need to kind of make sure that every entrance when they walk in, they literally step on ogre guts, so they kind of go, "Oh, gross! What's this?" To kind of distract them from our very well played distraction technique, which Finn and I assume Igneous are going to be involved in. Just trying to create more of a distraction for them, so we've got more of a chance of this working.
Yeah, because there were 4 fire giants, weren't there?
Yeah, 4 fire giants. So we're going to need them all to be pretty well closed out. Plus the lords coming, and I imagine there's going to be a whole heap of others coming along too. Because by the sound of things, there's been a bit of a report back on the last sequence that occurred.
Yeah.
When we killed the Duke's son.
Well, we need to buy some time to get this disguise on the go, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
John, can I do a quick check to see how far they are away?
You can certainly try.
Can I do a try? All right, we'll do a try. I want a perception, yeah?
Nice.
So
23 is pretty good.
Can you tell me how far they are away?
I can only tell you in sort of very broad terms.
That'll do.
You know where they were,
Uh-huh.
which was not that far away from you. And you know that they are on their way. You unequivocally now know that they are headed towards you. You sense multiple fire giants along with what would appear to be some sort of leader leading them towards you. And I think that's where we will leave our heroes.
Oh,
As the rank and file plus the leadership of the fire giants is headed towards them. Still covered in blood and entrails of the ogres that they've successfully defeated. Surrounded by some of these shield dwarves.
I guess the question would be, if you can even tell us this, is how long are we going to need to create a disguise?
yeah.
Are we still in
Because
combat?
it is just going to be like
You're no longer in combat.
It is just going to be like throwing stuff on. It's going to be like getting on top of Igneous's shoulders, getting we're wearing the head and wrapping ourselves around in essentially whatever we've got.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I think without getting too much into it, we'll do rolls and
Oh,
stuff next time.
Yeah.
But the more slapped together your disguises, the less likely it is that it works, but the faster it is.
So can I give
And
them some
conversely, if you want to spend more time, it will be a better disguise, but it will take longer.
Okay, I've got.
So can I?
Yeah.
Can I also give them some kind of indication of how long I feel they obviously when they're only in a small cabin, so they can't be far away. But if we got like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, do I have a feeling of that, or is it just kind of like, no, they're coming, guys, we need to move our asses?
You get the sense that you have about 30 seconds.
Oh shit! Oh damn!
Try to slice together in 30 seconds, but
No, but I do have a plan. Maybe.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so we leave our heroes as potentially the Iron Duke Zolto, leader of all fire giants, and his comrades bear down upon them, headed up towards the slaves' wheel. And although our heroes stand victorious over the ogres that they've just recently slain, who knows whether or not they will stand victorious over a group of fire giants who not only number higher, but are also far, far more dangerous.
Yeah.
So join us next time on whatever we're calling this thing.
I think Jackalope gave us a really good maybe an episode name for the next episode, which we can just call it "Hide in the Intestines." I think would be. We don't have episode numbers, so maybe just episode names is the way to go.
Episode names, yeah, that's a great idea.
Join us next time on Hide in the Intestine.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone for watching. We've got some links to Twitter accounts in the bio, so feel free to follow along, and we'll tweet out next time we go live. See you guys next week.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Cheers.